So Marcus doesn't count?
Yeah, it counts.
Okay.
Whoa, I count.
No, you seem to have been missed. I just.
No, we're just counting to 7 or 6, excuse me. See, I can't even count.
I can go away if you want me to.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
No. Hi, Sean. Hi, Dennis.
Hello.
All right, we're recording and we're live streaming. Kevin, do you want to start us off? Or do you want me to make an announcement about Carmen?
Now's the time for me to talk. Is that okay? Sorry, I was still organizing my desktop here. Why don't we do the announcement on when you get to the vacant position part?
Okay.
Does that work? Or
Sure.
I don't care. Whatever you'd like to do.
Well, maybe I'll just mention now why Kevin is our chair tonight is that Carmen has bought a house outside the city and has moved. So she was sad to leave the commission, but apparently they had a great offer and a great opportunity. So she is no longer on the commission. So we do have a vacant position that I will be recruiting for, which we can talk about later. But Kevin is the vice chair, so he's going to run the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I guess we'll call the meeting to order and everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the
of
United
the
States
United
of
States of
America,
America, to the republic
for which it
which
stands,
stands one nation
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for all.
for
Kelly, could you lead us through the roll call? Would you be
Sure.
okay with that?
Yep, absolutely. Make sure I'm not muted. Okay. Commissioner Hilt, Commissioner Daughtry,
Here.
Commissioner Tagent,
Here.
Commissioner Hayden, Commissioner, well, not Commissioner Pincus, that's a vacant position. Commissioner McLarnon,
Here.
Commissioner McCurdy,
Here.
Commissioner Welch, Commissioner Frederick,
Here.
Commissioner Rasmussen. I know I saw Vern. Is he still there?
Yeah, you're muted, Vern.
Muted.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay, great. And Commissioner Ives.
Here.
Great.
So I guess at this point, do we want to have a motion to excuse the people who aren't in attendance?
I'll move to excuse people not in attendance.
I'll second.
Thank you. Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do we have anyone that you can see that would be wanting public comment, Kelly?
Nope, we have nobody else joining us tonight.
Okay. We move on to the minutes. I guess Samara's not here. I was going to suggest we add the topic of the Adopt a Highway because we did have some discussion about that the last meeting and said we'd follow up. But I think if Samara is not here, we should pass over it unless anyone else feels differently.
I believe I mentioned it in the minutes. Were you wanting more detail?
The discussion that I had in my notes was around, there was some conversation of when are we going to have the next one? Do we want to communicate it? And how, to what extent did we want to bring in other volunteers, sort of recruit from the community? There was some differing thoughts there about safety versus getting lots of people. And I think I think there was going to be some outreach that we were doing with the school system to see, feelers for maybe they'd be participating or willing to.
Well, I was going to ask the Youth Advisory Council to help participate. And so far, every time I've asked the Youth Advisory Council to do something, they've stood up and done it. So they just a little over a week ago went up to the community gardens and worked with my wife at the community gardens for several hours on a Saturday. And And, if you basically just ask them to do something and they reach out, and they actually had other people besides the Youth Advisory Council show up with them. So they're reaching out to the teens as we expected them to, and are doing a great job on that. So we might ask them to come help us if we want.
So maybe we just queue it up for the next meeting. I think, we want Samara as part of the conversation unless she says she's not interested, but she was kind of the driver for this, I think. So I guess back to the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second? I'll second. Any discussion before we vote? Okay, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. On to the agenda. I'm going to suggest we skip over the newsletter until we talk about some of these other things, because we might end up adjusting the newsletter based on the conversation. So if that's okay, let's go to the polo shirts as the next item. Kelly, do you want me to give a summary, or do you want to?
Sure. So a couple of things on the polo shirt. I'll try to keep this brief. I sent you guys a couple of emails because I had contacted the logo company and sent them our logo, and I ordered the shirts and I got all your sizes and I thought everything was great. And then they came back with saying that they can't embroider the logo exactly how it is. The writing inside the logo was too small. And so they actually gave an alternative, which was putting the wording Lake Stevens Veterans Commission underneath versus within the logo. I contacted Kevin and he came up with a couple of other ideas that he thought might even look better than that. So I wanted the group to look at that tonight and decide. Second of all, I am not able, I've been told, to order these shirts on the city account. So once we get this all established and get this logo defined exactly how you guys want it, I'm probably going to give you all the login to go order your own shirt personally and put in your own credit card information and order that way. So a couple things on the shirts. I'm sorry, again, this is taking so long. Hopefully we can get this settled on and get this done. So I'll let Kevin show some of those other logo ideas that he came up with.
Right. So now I guess I can share my screen. I was going to say we're going to have a little bit of a user problem. I'm not Zoom proficient at sharing. So do you need to hand sharing over to me or something, Kelly?
I just gave you permission. So hopefully you can.
Yeah, I'm just going to share my desktop. Hopefully it's not too confusing because you'll see the meeting in the
Okay.
background, but I think that will be the simplest.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now well, it's my right. Hopefully it's your right. You see the navy blue background with the blank section in the middle of the logo. That's what the company came back and suggested, because there's two things going on. One is we asked for dark navy shirts. So they had to invert our logo because ours starts with a blue line around it. So if that looks a little different, that's why. It starts with a white line, and the veterans or the military people, rather than it being blue or white, and where we had Lake Stevens Veterans Commission is blank because they couldn't fit the wording in. So Samara and I just were emailing back and forth. Neither one of us were thrilled with that looking the way it is. I'll make two comments. One is on the inversion of the colors. I don't think we have a heck of a lot of choice there, unless we were to get a different color jersey.
Right.
So
'Cause it's a navy shirt, right?
yeah. So anyways, you can see on the left, what I suggested is at least we ought to stick the abbreviation inside the box, rather than have it be, I thought the empty box looked kind of funny. And The alternative that Samara also suggested is we could talk to the company about having on your breast have the words, and ask them if they put the logo on the arm, would it be big enough? Could we make it larger so that the words could fit sort of like our standard logo? They'd still be inverted. We'd still have this color scheme on the right. So I'm going to pause there. I think I can see from a little bit of reactions, I think you guys understand the issue. I guess I'll say one more thing. The other thing that Samara and I kicked around is, because this is kind of awkward, I think it would make sense to sort of designate somebody to just go off and sort this once as a group we weigh in on things, if we can get to a point of consensus.
Can I make a comment?
Please.
I really like the colors because they look like dress blues. So I have to honestly say, I think these colors are terrific. Let's move forward. Yeah.
And Marcus, about the, sorry to interrupt, Kim, but Marcus, just on the, are you okay with the initial, which do you prefer, the initials in the box or leaving the box blank?
I don't care. Personally, I don't care. We put it on the
think if
sleeve.
we're-
To me, I'd rather upgrade the polo and get a really nice polo, like a Nike, Adidas, something like that, rather than some cheap brand polo. Just to say, I'd like some kind of performance type polo, so that way they're nice. Other than that, I don't care one way or the other about the logo and where it goes.
And just backing up, when you were saying you really liked it, you mean you like the one on the right?
The one on the right that looks like dress blues. Are you kidding? The red, the blue, and the white?
Yeah.
Marine Corps written all over it for me.
Thank
So I'm
you.
good to go.
But I think I would put the initials in that box. Along.
Great,
with
put the initials in the box.
Oh,
Kim,
okay. Initials
have-
plus the writing down below. Okay.
Is that a second, Kim, or did you have other thoughts?
No, that's the second. I would like to have that logo with the Lake Stevens Veterans Commission on the bottom and LSVC in the box.
Okay. Dennis, any thoughts? Are you good with all this? And Vern?
Actually, just here's an offshoot. For those of us that are prior service military, maybe put our service branch in that box instead. Just a thought.
That's not a bad thought. I don't mind that.
So Kelly, question to you. Do you see any issues with that? Of basically they'd be somewhat customized, right? There might be
Yeah.
3 or 4
Um,
flavors.
Yeah. I don't know the answer. If there would be a little additional cost for that.
Yeah, there
or-
would be. You got 4 to set up
Yeah.
instead of 1. So
Yeah.
they're gonna charge you for it.
We can ask.
There's
I mean-
more than 4. You're forgetting about Space Force.
Well, there's
And-
more
and
than
the Coast
4.
Guard.
There's also the Coast Guard, and there's also the Merchant Marines.
Right.
Yeah, we'll never get those letters in the box.
No,
I'll say this, I think we've way overdone this. I think just get it and get it done. Personally,
I-
I think we spent how many months on this? It's almost embarrassing at this point. Just get it done.
yeah, I
Only
like
for a
the
couple years.
Navy in there, but LSBC is probably the best, and just get it over with. So you don't have an added cost to try to get the Space Force in there.
Agreed.
Yeah, and that was Sean, I think. Vern, I can't see you because I'm presenting, I only get to see a few people at a time.
Here,
I
Kevin,
can't-
I'm going to
Oh,
stop your presenting just so we can.
Thanks. Vern, are you violently nodding or walking away in disgust?
Either way, looks good to me, but if it's just the letters, people ask, well, what does that stand for? Then you can tell them and talk about the veterans a little bit. So I think the letters would be enough. But either way would be fine with me.
Okay.
So Kevin, I'll probably work with you. And then we'll work with the logo company and get it done.
Great. Everyone okay with Kelly and I just sort of getting it done at this point? It's not, I think that's the consensus.
Yes, I think just get it done.
Okay.
Hey, Marcus, I did like your idea about getting a, an upgraded polo shirt. I mean, if the
Yeah,
cost
I agree.
$10 more or so, then I think that'd be well worth it.
Okay, there's several different types of polos. So,
If we're paying for them, then we get to choose what we want
Yeah.
on it, right?
yep.
So if I want a hoodie, I can get a hoodie.
Well, that's why it might be nice. Well, I'll just share the link with you guys to go on there and order what you want. You can look at the different options.
Very good.
Great. Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah.
All right, let me get my meeting notes back up here. Next item, Kelly's back to you on the vacant position on the commission.
Yeah, I'll be really brief. I just wanted to again let you know about Carmen and go ahead and advertise for the vacant position and keep you posted on applicants and hopefully fill it as soon as we can.
Okay.
We need to put that in the newsletter then, right, Kevin? Okay.
That
Right,
would be a
I was
great-
gonna say, Kelly,
Yeah.
I have the language, I think, from before when we advertised for Debbie. I can go find that, but I'll also sync up with you to make sure that's still good wording.
Good. Yeah, that's great.
Any other discussion there? Okay. Coffee Klatch.
Marcus, can we do it at Buzz In again?
Yeah, we can do it at Buzz In. Just let me know the day and time.
Starting to get cold, so I don't want to do it outside and the mill is still too iffy to actually do. So
If I just know ahead of time, I'll just reach out and make the phone call. I know the person to talk to.
let's
It's,
just go ahead and make the call. What do you guys think? Was Buzz
Yeah.
In okay?
Sounds good.
It is, somebody wants to get breakfast, you can get breakfast. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
October
in early.
16th is the date, Marcus. Third Saturday in October. the
Yeah,
16th.
it's
October 16th. Okay, I'll put that in.
October 16th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in early next time and have breakfast. So
Okay, and 8 to 10 is what we'll advertise in the newsletter, right? That's what we agreed on?
right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll make sure Debbie knows about this so she can put it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, and maybe I'll work with you too. It'd be nice if we put it on the city calendar, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, any other discussion there before we move on? Okay, Harvest Fest.
The only thing about Harvest Fest now is that it is going to be virtual except for a farmer's market. So personally, I'm not interested in going to the farmer's market and having a booth.
And so I'm looking at the group, just trying to get consensus. I don't think as a group, we're interested in doing anything at the farmer's market either, are we?
No, not,
No.
I wouldn't say this year. I could say in the future, I see opportunity for the future. Potentially for the foundation, if there were memorabilia, coins, there's things that could be done through the foundation to raise funds in a venue like that, but for us as the commission, probably not.
And is there anything that we would want or be able to do or be worth doing to help what the city's doing with this sort of virtual scavenger hunt thing they've got going on?
I haven't heard anything about it. I guess I'm not reading the right things.
I haven't heard anything either, but
Here's my thing is, I would like to stick to things that actually help veterans. I don't know if this helps veterans. So when we get involved in all these other items, I know visibility is important, but I would really rather concentrate on helping veterans, jobs, things like that, other than scavenger hunts. It's not what I thought this group was about, is doing scavenger hunts and things like that. I know awareness is important and so forth, but I'd rather stick to coffee klatches, things where veterans can get together. I'm not so hyped on doing scavenger hunts and stuff like that. what I thought the purpose was, just for my sake of saying, so.
Yep.
I agree.
Okay. Any further discussion on that? I think we've pretty well covered it. Okay. Again, I had in my notes about adopt a highway, but we'll pass over that for next time.
Before you do though, Kevin, are we gonna have another day at Adopt the Highway this year? We're supposed to do 4 a year, and we've done 1 only. But we
Right.
started in half the year, so.
If we said every 3 months, then November would be our next time, which is why I wanted to talk about it. But be honest, I'm a little uncomfortable talking about it without Samara here, because I'm not sure how, she was kind of driving this thing, and I don't know if she's got other ideas. So my suggestion would be we have that conversation at our November meeting. And I'll try to reach out to her in between to understand, how much she feels like this is her baby or not.
Very good. Sounds good to me.
Okay. With that, I'll move on to new business. Is there any new business for tonight?
I think you need to go back to the newsletter.
Oh, yes, thank you. Okay. Appreciate that. Thanks, Kim. I've made in my notes that we're going to add about the vacant position, and also I'll take off. There was a little blurb I kind of put in. There's a holding spot for Harvest Fest because we weren't sure if we were going to do something or not. Those are the 2 changes, and I'll change a few words about the coffee class. There's already stuff in there, but I'll firm it up about where we'll be in October. Let me open it up to feedback in general about, errors or omissions or additions to the newsletter.
I read through it. I think it's pretty good. So take those that you just mentioned, and I think we're fine. The monthly coffee clutch article was really well done.
Well, we were a
Yeah,
little,
Thank you for your work on that.
So I haven't seen the draft, but maybe because I wasn't on the mailing list.
yeah, that probably
Oh,
happened
gosh.
too.
I'm forwarding it right now, Gail. Right
Thank
now.
you.
Well, okay, and I think we want to get it out as soon as possible because it takes a little while to get it posted on the city website. So if no one has any objections, I'm going to make those changes and just work with Kelly to get this thing out there.
Aye.
Thank you for your work. Aye.
What was the I? Are we voting?
Don, just say aye.
I just did it because Kim did
Aye.
it. So aye.
Aye.
Make the changes.
Aye.
Aye.
Chief results are out. I guess that's where we are.
Okay, I got the message. All right, anything else on the newsletter? Certainly, we're not overtaxed with content, so feel free to keep throwing stuff at me.
And maybe I missed something. With Carmen no longer being on the commission, Carmen was the chair, am I not? So the commission needs a chair. Kevin was the vice chair, so has someone formally made a motion to make Kevin said chair?
Make the motion.
Second.
Second.
I guess at this point, I should open it up for discussion.
There doesn't need any discussion.
We've already decided.
Sounds like there's maybe been a little sidebar going on that I wasn't on the thread. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries.
So
That
now we need a
probably should be
now we need a vice
newsletter.
chair.
I'm sorry, Sean, I missed that.
That should probably be in the newsletter.
Ah, yeah, good point.
We
Okay.
also need a new vice chair.
We do. Anyone interested?
Crickets.
In my defense, I've already been the vice chair and the chair.
Which means you have practice.
Great comment, Gail. Great comment.
Several that aren't here right now, so we want to include them as a potential.
We could.
Okay, so who's not here that we could
They're not
put?
here.
Yeah, who's not here that we could put in the vice chair position?
Exactly.
Well,
I'll gladly nominate Kurt Hill.
I was gonna say Kurt Hill. I
That's a good
second that
idea.
nomination. He needs to get back involved again.
Second.
all right. I don't have my Robert's rules in front of me, but I
Okay, yeah,
think
is
we
this
have
a real
and
motion?
second.
This is a real motion. I am
Okay.
nominating Kurt Hill for vice chair.
Okay, so
I
Commissioner Frederick,
seconded. I seconded.
seconded by Commissioner Daughtry. Okay.
All right.
I'm all in favor.
Discussion? No discussion. All right, we'll all vote. Anyone, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed?
I'll make sure Kurt nails. I'm gonna text him right now.
All right, motion carries. I think we should quickly turn off debate, right? Isn't that the next move? Okay. Moving right along. Any new business that we want? I guess this was new business. Kim?
Yeah, on Wednesday, at the county council, they're going to be doing their budget, and there's a $600,000 amendment being put into their budget by Sam Lowe to go to the Lake Stevens Food Bank. And if anybody wants, as you all know, we were involved in the planning of the food bank as the Veterans Commission. That was one of our tasks from John Spencer, then mayor. So if anybody would like to write a letter in support of the $600,000 addendum to their budget, it needs to be in by tomorrow or early Wednesday in order to be in the public record. And they certainly are going to look at them. They're not going to read them at the county council level, but they have them in their packet. And I would encourage all of us to say something. I am writing a letter. I'm sorry, Kevin, but I'm writing one on behalf of the Veterans Commission. But each person could write their own also and mention the Veterans Commission is interested because we are in partnership with the Food Bank for Social Services offices to include veteran services. And so if you just write something and send it, and if you want to do that, I'm going to forward an email to Kelly and she'll forward it out to you. And it's from the food bank asking for, it's a call to action is what it is. So if you would all take just a few minutes to write a letter, I'm certainly going to be doing it. And
There will be
I'm
two.
doing two, one for myself as a council person and another one as I'm just going to go ahead and do it for the commission if you all don't mind. That was suggested to me by somebody. So
If you're doing it as the commission, can you just put our names on it?
I would rather, it would be better if we all did one really, Gail, but it's just better. The more numbers, the better.
Yep.
You want to send out a sample?
I can try. I haven't written mine yet. I just got this myself. So.
And you said Kelly will forward to everyone sort of the details of
On how to get it in. You can do it via email or that you can do it in email and it goes, on the link, there is or on the email, there's a link to the county council to do it. So let me find it real quick and I'll get it to Kelly right now. But go ahead. But I really would appreciate your help on that if you feel like it. Now you certainly don't have to do it.
Kim, that 600,000, is that going to go for food bank operations or for the building fund or under?
For the building, it's for the building fund.
Cool. Good. That's a good update. Thanks, Kim.
Okay, Kelly, it's on its way.
Any other new business items? I guess, Kim, back on that, is there, the timing is such that, you know, it wouldn't, that particular item that wouldn't fit in the newsletter because it will be passed, but are there future hearings or anything that we want to alert, you know, that would be worth alerting people to in the newsletter?
I'm not sure what their budget calendar is, but I could certainly find out and get that out to us and see if we want to do that. I mean, there could be that, and I can call Sam and find out what's going on and see if there's another opportunity for us to weigh in, and we could put it in the newsletter. So the newsletter will be out here within about a week, right?
Yeah.
So if you could, why don't you hold off on the newsletter until I talk to Sam tomorrow? Actually, I'll call Sam right after I'm done here and then get back with you.
Okay, and I can hold it. I'll be working on it tomorrow. So if you know.
Okay, well, I'll let you know by tomorrow morning through Kelly that, you know, what I find out from Sam.
Great, thank you. Any other new business? Anything else to add to next month's agenda or future agendas?
I would like to see the agenda lose line item 2 in the discussion action items.
You mean the polo shirt?
Yeah, that one.
All right, so what that means is everyone has to respond to Kelly and I guess they don't have to respond. They're just going to go order, right? That's the net of it.
I will send, yeah, I'll send the instructions out.
Okay.
No more polo shirt talk.
Yeah, basically we're done.
Okay.
It's all up to us to get our own shirts.
Okay. I think we're done as well. Anyone want to make a motion to adjourn?
I motion we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I
Okay. I thank you all for your confidence in me, and I'll see you next month.
Thank you for everything you
Thank
guys are
you.
doing.
Next
Love the
meeting
Veterans
is
Commission.
November 1st. Next meeting.
Thanks, Kevin.
November 1st.
Bye,
Bye.
Kevin.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.